Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of the strategy that we're going to employ in the up and coming lessons. I'm going to be taking you step by step across each section and showing you how you can also create an income like I did with the model trains, which I generated $82,000 of income in 2010. This is how I did it. Basically, first up, I did my research. I went out and I looked at the magazine racks in the newsagents, local newsagents, and I figured that if people were buying a magazine, then obviously there's going to be a certain amount of people that are going to subscribe to that magazine, and if that's, if those magazines are on the racks in my local newsagent, they're only getting sold to the people within, 10 kilometers of that newsagent. So if I can access a world or global market, then obviously I can ramp up those numbers. So I looked at what was on the racks, and I noticed that with model railroading and model trains, there was often 3 or 4 magazines on the rack. So that's why I looked at that market initially, because I figured, I can grow the transaction size if I can get people to, buy an ebook and then maybe subscribe to the membership. Then I could give them ongoing content, just like a magazine does, and therefore they'll remain a subscriber and they'll be paying me a monthly fee. And if I can do that globally and I can get hundreds of people in there, then it's going to work. Now, what's happened up until now, which is March in 2011, I've had over 1,400 people go through the membership. Now, I charge $27 per month, and a lot of people say, well, why would someone subscribe to your membership, your club online, and pay $27 a month when they can go into their local newsagent or subscribe to a magazine for $6 or $7 per month? And it's an interesting question, and I'm going to answer it in the up and coming lessons. But very basically, I've provided a service that is different, that people have been looking for, and that's why it's worked. So I've gone out and I've looked, where is the community, where are these people that are looking for information, looking for a solution. And then what I do is now online, these people can be hanging around on Facebook, on forums, on eBay. There's going to be places they'll be hanging around. So if I can put an advert or something in front of them that prompts them to click on that ad, I get them to come across to what we call an opt-in page. Now, an opt-in page is basically a page very similar to if you're on getting these lessons, you would have opted in to my autoresponder sequence. And basically what it is it provides a free offer. My free offer in this case was that I was going to teach you for free how to go about producing an income similar to what I have. We'll certainly show you the steps of how you can get there. Now, the idea is, I'll give you the free offer in exchange for your email address, because what happens is that email address ends up in a bit of software online that we call an autoresponder. Now, an autoresponder is how we can actually do email marketing. The email marketing is a way, is similar to direct mail in that we send messages via email, and we get people to act on those messages. Now, there's a certain strategy there, because obviously you don't want to be spamming people. You don't want to be sending them a whole lot of rubbish, because then what will happen is they'll actually report you as spam, and you'll get flagged, and your autoresponder will just shut you down. They'll just close down your list, and you won't be able to do any business. So you've got to do it right, and the way of doing it right is building a relationship with the person, sending them really good content, creating a raving fan out of them, and then saying, oh, by the way, I've got this and I've got that if you're interested. So an autoresponder, basically you can go in there and you can set up as many messages as you like, email messages. You can set the day, the intervals that they'll go out at, and those will be automatically delivered. So if somebody subscribes on Monday and your autoresponder is set on day 1 to send out a specific message, then that'll be sent out on day 1. If you've got another one set to go out on day 2, 24 hours after sending day 1's message, it'll send out day 2, and the same with day 3, which will be 24 hours. Now you can set these so that there's a day 1, a day 3, a day 7, and your autoresponder will automatically set those out. So you can imagine the leverage is enormous, because if you can get a whole lot of people into your free offer here, and they're going through this automatic system, that's just going while you're asleep, while you're out on holiday, while you're out for supper, whatever. That's just continuously sending messages at these predetermined times. It's a fully automated system. Now what happens is, obviously these will be going out. Generally my formula for the autoresponder messages is to send out 2 messages that are really good content. And model trains, I actually surveyed these people that were on the list and said, what are you looking for? And the major problem with model rail rating is it's so expensive. A DCC fully equipped locomotive could be $600, and they were saying, well, wow, we can't afford this, we'd love it but can't afford it. So I actually came up with a lot of solutions where they can buy the same locomotive for a fraction of the cost. In fact, we were finding those DCC locomotives for up to 50% off, and it was just amazing. So obviously when you give that information to your subscribers, they're pretty thankful that you're providing that information, and they become a raving fan. So when you say, hey, by the way, I've got this ebook for $27, or I've got this Insiders Club at $27 per month, they sort of feel like they should enter into the agreement, because the point, what we're trying to achieve in the Insiders Club and the Model Train Insiders Club is that if someone's paying $27 per month, we want to give them tips and little ways of saving money that will save them a lot more than $27 per month. And I think that's why we've justified that price. That's why people will pay that, because they're not getting that information out of the magazines, and because our membership is interactive. We have videos in there, we have audios in there, we have interviews, we have forums that people can interact. It's just, it makes much more sense to pay $27 per month for an online club rather than buy a subscription to magazines. But you send out these messages, you can be providing this content, you can be offering the ebook, you can be offering the membership, you can be offering the affiliate products. And affiliate products are basically you're the commission only person, and you're selling on behalf of people like eBay, Amazon, Commission Junction, and there's a whole ton more. And that's how you make your money. Now obviously the intention of this, my intention with the Model Train Club, was to get people into the membership, because that's where my biggest return on investment was. Because once I got them in there, I knew that 30% of the people would stick around for forever, and I knew that another 30% would stick around for an average of 3 months. So it was very lucrative, and you know, that's what we'll be showing you over the next days or next weeks, exactly how you set this up. It's very simple. It basically requires a one-page website that can be set up in literally half a day. In fact, I'll set these up in an hour. It's quite a simple process, and then show you how to set up the autoresponder to automatically send out these messages with these offers. Now, initially as a beginner, you can set up this whole process up to here and leave the membership component, because the membership component is something you bolt on at a later stage when you've proven that you can sell other stuff to this market. For instance, I went into the koi fish market, and we failed horribly in that market trying to sell a membership, but they were quite happy to buy ebooks and stuff on eBay. In fact, there's a huge amount of fish that are being sold on eBay. It was quite amazing to see these live fish getting transacted on eBay. But that is the overview. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you 2 massive mistakes that I made that cost me 2 years of income. In fact, it worked out to over $200,000 worth of income that I calculated that I'd lost because I made 2 mistakes. And these 2 mistakes I have probably seen 99% of people new to this actually make. It's unbelievable how many people make this mistake, and it's also it's very, very costly. So if I can show you these mistakes, hopefully you won't make them, and you'll progress, and you can get to your $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year in your first year rather than in the 3rd year like me. So until then, have a good one.